Hi everyone. Today what I'd like to do is show you how to make a basic graphic image that you can use for your next book release, a Facebook ad, or any social media post. For this graphic, you're going to need a couple of different things to get started. The first thing you're going to need is a copy of your book cover. You're going to need two backgrounds at least, as many as you want. I tend to choose ones that have the same colors in them as my book cover just because I like everything to be coordinated, but you can choose anything that you would like. I have a couple different sites that I generally go to find my backgrounds and to find my images in general. I use Deposit Photos, I use Dreamstime, I have used Shutterstock in the past. There are also tons of royalty-free sites out there, but be aware that if you are using just royalty-free images that you grab off of Pinterest or anywhere else that you see them, that those can result in copyright infringement. That you can still get sued if you use them. If someone sees you using them without their permission, that you can be sued. So that's my little disclaimer. What I like to do before I get started is I put everything over on my desktop where I can easily access it. That way I'm not hunting through files looking for different things because I have tons of files with tons of different things. So to manipulate these images, we're going to start with 3 different images. I use 2 online free platforms. The first one that we're going to be using is DIY Book Design. And this is a program that takes your book cover and it formats it onto a paperback, hardback, e-reader, or a phone. So when you open it up, you're going to see it's pretty simple. You have single view, you have composite view, and it's going to take your book cover and it's going to dump it into any of these different devices, hardcover or paperback formats. What we're going to be looking at today to use is the composite view, where it's going to put your book cover on a variety of different choices. We're going to do 2 of these, one that has the 3 different styles and one that has 2 different styles. That way we're going to have 2 different images to work with and your graphics are going to end up looking a little bit different. So you can use them in 2 different places, or you can use them both on Facebook and they'll still look like 2 different images. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose one of your composite views. We're going to choose the one with the 3 different formats, the book, e-reader, and phone, and we're going to hit next. We're going to browse and we're going to find our ebook cover and we're going to open it, and then we're going to upload it. As soon as it uploads, we're going to hit next. And this is where you choose the file that you're going to download. I choose generally the PNG. A PNG file has a transparent background. That is going to allow us to drop it onto whatever background we want, and the only thing that we are going to see is the 3 books. So you hit PNG and it's going to take just a minute to download the file. As soon as the file is downloaded, I drop it over onto my desktop, and there's our file that we can use. And I'm going to go back to where I'm going to choose my view. There are a couple of views here that show spines. Just if you pick these, just know that you're going to have to upload an image of your spine, which can easily be done, and I'm going to cover that in a future video. But for today, we're going to choose this one, which shows an e-reader and a paperback. I'm going to hit next. Our book cover is still in there. We're going to hit next, and we're going to download a PNG. I sometimes will download the PNG and the JPEG. If I'm going to be doing a lot of different graphics, it does give me a couple different options as far as images to work with. But for today, we're going to do the PNG. and we're going to switch over, and the next program that we are going to use is called Canva, and Canva is a graphics design website. When you open up Canva for the first time, you're going to see there's a lot of different choices of different things that you can design. There are different templates. You're probably not going to see your name. You're going to have to log in, and you're going to set up an account if you haven't been in here before. But once you log in, all of your designs will pop up. It does save everything that you've ever made and ever created. So it's a really, really handy thing to have. If you do make a lot of different designs, you can keep everything here. We're going to go to create a design, and we are going to go to social media. And this is going to give us a square image that you can use on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can use it in a Facebook ad. This is a very, very versatile image size that you can use pretty much anywhere. Now there's a lot of different things. There's photos already preloaded. There's elements. There's text that you can add. For today, we're just going to be doing straight images. I will be doing text in a future video, but for today, we're going to go to uploads. And we are going to upload our first background that we're going to use. And we are going to upload the 3 books. So now we have our 2 images that we are going to overlay onto our canvas to create our first graphic. Now you can either drag and drop images over onto your canvas, or you can just click on them and it'll drop them right on there. I do like, for oddly sized images, I do like to crop them first. That way you don't get a lot of overflow once you start resizing them. Otherwise, they'll resize and they'll flow off your screen, and you'll have all kinds of issues trying to move things around. So I'm going to crop it till it's about a square, and then I'm going to use the corners. I'm going to drag it until it fills the space. Now I do want, instead of this going up and down, I would very much like for it to go straight across horizontally. So I'm going to turn this till I have it where I want it. And there's my background. Now I do like to adjust my backgrounds. I like to make them a little bit darker. I like to use the vignette, which makes the corners dark. That tends to pull the eye into the center of the image and brings the eye to what your central point is going to be, which is going to be your books. I'm probably going to make this a little bit darker. And that looks good for a background. I'm going to go back to uploads. I'm going to click on my 3 books that I want to put in the middle. And I'm going to use the corners to resize this until they are the size that I want them, and they fill up most of the field there. And I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to bring my saturation up. Now I do like to sharpen my image that's in front. It brings it to the forefront. It brings the eye in. And it's just a little, it makes everything a little bit crisper and a little bit more professional looking. And there you have your first image. One nice thing about this program is you can copy your images. So if you want to take this very first image and you wanted to add some text to it, or you wanted to lighten it up, you can certainly do that. But for now, we're going to start and make our second graphic. So we're going to upload our second background and our second image. I'm going to resize my background again. So it is the right size. And for adjustments on this one, I think I'm going to make it dark. And I think I'm going to blur this one. And really push that background back. I'm going to put my 2 books on the front. And for these, I am going to brighten them up just a little bit. Up my contrast. Bring my saturation up and make that red pop. And then I am going to sharpen these up. And then we have our second image. So now you have 2 images, 2 different versions of the books to use. For our third image, I am going to use my book cover. I am going to crop it. I'm going to crop all the text out. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because you should be aware that for Facebook ads, when you run Facebook ads, they don't like for there to be any text in your graphic. They have multiple places where you can put text in the ad, but they don't like for you to have any text in any of your pictures or your graphics. Having text in your pictures will either cause a delay in you posting your ad, or it could cause your ad to get bounced back. So a good way to get around that is to use the image off of the front of your cover, and then you get some continuity when readers click on your ad, they recognize the picture off the front of your book, and you still have some recognition there. I'm going to sharpen this. And there I have 3 coordinated book branded images that I can use in all my social media posts. I can use them in Facebook ads. I can use them in a variety of ways for, in a variety of, and it all looks very, very coordinated. Color-wise, by using a background that's the same colors as your image for your book cover, it just gives everything a very professional look. And then you hit download. Now there's a couple different file types that you can download. I like to choose PNG. You get a nice crisp image. It's easily manipulated. It uploads to any site and any social media, and it's just the easiest one for me to work with. So I hit download, and this takes about a minute. The more files you have in there, the longer it's going to take to download. But it downloads fairly quickly with 3 images in there. Sometimes if you have 10 or 15 images, it could take a minute or 2. And there's your file. And here are all of your images. And that's it. And I hope that you enjoyed my short little tutorial on how to create graphics for your next book release or for your social media. Thanks for visiting my blog today. I appreciate it.